You're about to discover 5 ultra-rare and insanely valuable US Jefferson nickels that could be hiding in your change jar right now. These coins might look ordinary, but their hidden features could make them worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars. Welcome to HD Coins World. If you love US history or crave rare coin knowledge, you're in the right place. Let's dive into the fascinating stories behind these remarkable nickels. Number 1. The 1975 de Monticello Jefferson nickel, an unassuming 5-cent piece that could just be hiding a small fortune. To most people, it's just another nickel tossed into a pocket or jar. But to collectors and enthusiasts, this coin represents one of the most intriguing mysteries of modern US numismatics. What makes this seemingly ordinary coin worth thousands of dollars? Let's take a deep dive into its story, its secrets, and why you might just want to check your loose change right now. Our journey starts in 1975, a year when the United States Mint in Denver produced millions of Jefferson nickels. The 1975 D nickel, struck at the Denver Mint, is identified by the small D mint mark located to the right of Monticello on the coin's reverse. At first glance, it appears to be just another standard issue. But some of these nickels possess qualities that set them apart, turning them into valuable treasures. The first key to understanding the coin's rarity lies in its condition. While most nickels from that era show signs of heavy circulation, scratches, wear, and dull luster, a select few have survived in near-perfect condition. These coins, preserved as if untouched by time, are highly coveted by collectors. A flawless, well-struck specimen with sharp details and a pristine surface can command impressive sums at auction. But condition alone isn't the whole story. Some of the most valuable 1975 D Jefferson nickels boast intriguing mint errors. One such error to look out for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank is not properly aligned within the coining press, resulting in a portion of the design appearing off-center. The more dramatic the misalignment, the higher the coin's potential value. Another remarkable error is the clipped planchet variety. In this case, a curved bite appears on the edge of the coin, where part of the metal is missing. This error occurs when the blanking die overlaps the edge of a metal strip, creating a distinctive clipped appearance. While minor clips might not add much value, significant or dramatic clips on high-grade nickels can be worth a small fortune. Then there's the fascinating double die variety. In rare instances, the coin's design elements appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. This can affect features like Jefferson's profile, lettering, or Monticello's architectural details. Coins with strong doubling are particularly sought after, as they add a layer of visual intrigue to the piece. Besides errors, collectors also look for coins that exhibit full steps on Monticello. The full steps designation is awarded to coins where the steps of Monticello are clearly defined without breaks. Achieving full steps requires a precise and well-struck die, making these coins particularly rare and valuable. If you happen to find a 1975 D nickel with full steps, you may have stumbled upon a true gem. The story of the 1975 D Monticello Jefferson nickel doesn't end with errors and condition. It also has a place in the broader history of US coinage. The mid-1970s were marked by changes in the minting process and quality control. As the mint adapted to increasing production demands, some coins escaped with unexpected errors or extraordinary quality, making them stand out decades later. Today, collectors hunt for these coins at coin shows, auctions, and even among everyday pocket change. Stories circulate about lucky individuals who, with a keen eye and a bit of fortune, discover a rare specimen while sorting through old jars of coins. It's a reminder that the thrill of the hunt is very much alive, and that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are the ones hiding in plain sight. Now, let's talk about why these coins are worth so much. In top-grade condition with full steps and notable errors, the 1975 D Monticello Jefferson nickel can fetch impressive prices. One particularly stunning example sold for $7,200 at auction. But the record for this coin goes even higher. Some of the rarest and most pristine specimens have sold for as much as $54,000. Imagine finding one of these valuable nickels hiding among your change or in a long-forgotten collection. It's stories like these that keep collectors searching and dreaming. So, next time you come across a 1975 D nickel, take a closer look. You never know, you might just be holding a small fortune in your hand. Number 2. Imagine holding a small piece of American history in the palm of your hand, one that could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. The 1964 de Monticello Jefferson Nickel is just that, a simple 5-cent coin that has become a sought-after treasure among collectors. But why is this coin so valuable, and how can you spot one in your own collection? Let's dive into the fascinating story of the 1964 de Jefferson Nickel, its rare features, and how it transformed from a common coin into a collector's dream. It all starts in 1964, a significant year for the United States Mint. The Denver Mint, marked by the iconic D mint mark on the reverse side, was churning out millions of Jefferson nickels. This coin was struck at a time of transition, as the Mint prepared for changes in coinage composition amid a national coin shortage. In an effort to meet demand, the Mint produced an astounding number of 1964 D nickels, over 1 billion in total. But as with any large-scale production, not every coin came out perfect. And it's these imperfections that have captured the attention of collectors. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1964 de Jefferson Nickel is its vast array of mint errors. One error that stands out is the double die variety, where the coin's design elements appear to be doubled, creating a striking and unmistakable effect. This can appear on Jefferson's profile, the word Liberty, or even the steps of Monticello. Finding one of these double die varieties, especially in excellent condition, could mean a significant windfall. Another error to watch for is the full steps designation. The steps of Monticello on the reverse of the nickel are notoriously difficult to strike clearly. A true full steps nickel will have 6 distinct, unbroken steps, indicating a sharply struck coin. The problem? Most 1964 D nickels show blending or smoothing of these steps due to heavy circulation or poor striking. That's why a coin with well-defined full steps is incredibly rare and commands a high premium. Then there are the famous repunched mint mark varieties, where the D appears to have been struck more than once. This anomaly occurs when the mint mark punch is not properly aligned during striking, resulting in a doubled or even tripled mint mark. Some of these coins exhibit a slight shift, while others have a more pronounced dramatic effect. The rarity and uniqueness of these repunched mint marks make them highly desirable among collectors. Another type of error that can dramatically increase the value of the 1964 D nickel is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank is not properly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be missing. The degree of the off-center strike plays a major role in determining its value, with more significant misalignments being worth considerably more. Apart from errors, the coin's condition plays a vital role in its value. Most 1964 D nickels were heavily circulated, leading to scratches, worn edges, and dull finishes. However, some specimens survived in pristine, uncirculated condition, stored away in rolls or mint sets. Coins with lustrous surfaces, sharp details, and minimal contact marks are far more valuable than their well-worn counterparts. The story of the 1964 de Monticello Jefferson Nickel also ties into the larger narrative of coin collecting. As the largest mintage of Jefferson nickels ever produced, it might seem surprising that some of these coins are so valuable. But it's not about the number minted, it's about rarity within that massive production. Mint errors, unique characteristics, and preservation in top condition make all the difference. Collectors today continue the hunt for these elusive coins, searching through old collections, coin rolls, and even pocket change. Finding a rare 1964 de Jefferson nickel is like uncovering a hidden gem, a reminder that valuable treasures might just be hiding in plain sight. Now, for the big question, how much is a rare 1964 de Jefferson nickel really worth? The answer might surprise you. Depending on the condition, error type, and overall quality, these nickels have fetched impressive prices at auction. In top uncirculated condition with full steps, repunched mint marks, or significant doubling, the value can soar. Some of these exceptional specimens have sold for as much as $19,800. Yet, the record for the most valuable of these coins? A stunning $62,000. It's almost unbelievable that a humble 5-cent coin could reach such heights. So next time you come across a 1964 D nickel, take a closer look. That little coin just might be a hidden treasure worth far more than you'd expect. Number 3. Picture this: a small, unassuming 5-cent coin from the early 1940s that could be worth a fortune. The 1943 Monticello Jefferson Nickel, one of the most intriguing and valuable coins of its era. To most people, it's just a nickel. But for coin collectors, it's a fascinating piece of American history and an ultra-rare find that can command eye-popping prices. So, what makes this nickel so special? Let's dig into its story, its unique features, and why you might just have a jackpot hiding in your change jar. The year was 1943. The world was in the grip of World War II, and the United States was facing a critical shortage of essential materials. Nickel, a key metal in coinage, was needed more urgently for military purposes, particularly in the production of armor and artillery. To conserve resources, the U.S. Mint made a strategic decision: they would temporarily change the composition of the 5-cent coin. Thus, the 1943 Jefferson Nickel was born, crafted not from the usual copper-nickel alloy but from a special blend of 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. This change not only helped the war effort but also marked the creation of what would become known as the War Nickel. One key feature that sets the 1943 nickel apart is the bold P mint mark, prominently displayed above Monticello on the reverse. This was the first time the Philadelphia Mint used a mint mark on any U.S. coin. The decision to include it was made to distinguish the wartime silver alloy from regular nickels. Today, that P mint mark is not just a sign of its origin but a vital clue that you might have a valuable coin on your hands. But why is this particular nickel so valuable? First and foremost, it's all about condition. The majority of these nickels were heavily circulated during and after the war. Coins with scratches, wear, and dull surfaces are far more common than those in pristine condition. However, finding a well-preserved 1943 nickel with sharp details and a lustrous finish can significantly boost its value. Uncirculated examples, particularly those graded as mint state, are highly sought after. Next up are mint errors, which are often the deciding factor in determining a coin's worth. One of the most famous errors associated with the 1943 nickel is the doubled eye variety. In this remarkable error, Jefferson's eye appears doubled due to a misalignment during the striking process. This error is easily noticeable and highly prized among collectors. If you come across one of these doubled eye nickels in top condition, you could be looking at a small fortune. Another key error to look for is the lamination error. Due to the unique wartime alloy, some coins exhibit peeling or cracking on the surface, where the metal layers separate. While these imperfections might seem like damage, they are, in fact, factory errors, adding significant value when present on an otherwise high-grade coin. The off-center strike is another valuable error worth mentioning. In this case, the coin's design is noticeably shifted to one side, leaving part of the blank surface visible. These coins can range from slightly off-center to dramatically misaligned, and the more extreme the error, the greater the value. Beyond errors, collectors highly value the full steps designation on the reverse of the coin. The steps leading up to Monticello are often poorly struck, appearing blended or worn. However, a coin with fully visible and well-defined steps, without breaks or interruptions, indicates a superior strike. Full steps on a 1943 nickel are exceptionally rare, especially when combined with a flawless surface. The legacy of the 1943 Jefferson Nickel goes beyond its composition and errors. It's a symbol of America's resilience and ingenuity during a time of global conflict. Despite being a small piece of metal, it tells a story of sacrifice, adaptation, and the spirit of wartime America. Collectors who understand this history are often drawn to the coin not just for its monetary value but for its connection to a pivotal moment in U.S. history. Now, you might be wondering, how much is a rare 1943 Monticello Jefferson Nickel actually worth? Depending on its condition, rarity, and any errors present, these coins can fetch impressive sums. In lower grades, they are still relatively common, but when preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition with desirable errors or full steps, they have sold for as much as $10,000. But that's not the ceiling. Some of the finest known specimens have reached an astounding $122,000 at auction. Imagine that! A humble 5-cent piece worth as much as a luxury car or even a house. It's the kind of story that keeps collectors hunting, hoping to discover a hidden gem among ordinary change. So next time you come across a nickel from the 1940s, take a closer look. You never know when a wartime rarity might be hiding in plain sight. Number 4. Imagine holding a small piece of American history, one that looks like any other nickel but hides a secret that could make it worth a fortune. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1971 Monticello Jefferson Nickel. This seemingly ordinary coin has captured the attention of collectors everywhere, and once you know why, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. The 1971 Jefferson Nickel was struck at the Denver Mint and bears the distinct D Mint mark on the reverse, just to the right of Monticello. At first glance, it may look like any other nickel from the era. However, as with so many coins in the world of numismatics, the true value lies in the details. First, let's talk about why this coin has become such a prized piece among collectors. You see, while millions of these nickels were produced, only a fraction possessed the characteristics that make them truly valuable. We're talking about a combination of errors, minting quirks, and extraordinary conditions that set some coins apart from the rest. One of the most sought-after features of the 1971 nickel is its striking quality. Denver minted coins from this period were notorious for being inconsistently struck, often resulting in weak or blurry details. However, a sharp, well-defined strike with crisp details on Jefferson's portrait and Monticello's architecture can dramatically increase the coin's value. But that's not all. There are also error varieties that collectors are on the lookout for. One of the most exciting errors found on this coin is the infamous full steps designation. The steps on Monticello's staircase are often partially or completely missing due to worn dies or poor striking. A nickel that shows all 5 to 6 steps in clear detail is considered rare and highly desirable. Finding one like this could mean you've struck gold. Well, metaphorically speaking, then, there are other errors to consider, such as die cracks or off-center strikes. These quirky imperfections can also add significant value, especially if they are dramatic and clearly visible without magnification. A common yet valuable error to watch for is a die clash, where the obverse and reverse designs overlap slightly due to a minting mishap. Now, imagine coming across a coin with not just one but multiple of these rare features. It's the kind of discovery that every coin hunter dreams of. Some 1971 nickels have even been found with doubling on the date, or mint mark, adding yet another layer of intrigue and potential value. So, how do you identify a potential treasure? Start by examining your coin under good lighting and using a magnifying glass to inspect the finer details. Look at the steps on Monticello. Are they complete and uninterrupted? Are there any signs of doubling, cracks, or unusual strike marks? The more pristine and error-laden your coin, the better your chances of holding on to something truly extraordinary. Now that you know what to look for, you might be wondering how valuable one of these nickels could actually be. Brace yourself, because if you're lucky enough to possess a top-condition specimen with full steps and an error or two, its value could soar to impressive heights. In fact, the most exceptional 1971 Monticello Jefferson nickels have been known to fetch prices between $10,000 and $60,000, depending on their condition and unique features. Yes, you heard that right. A small coin tucked away in a change jar could be worth more than a new car. So, the next time you come across a Jefferson nickel, take a closer look. You never know when a seemingly ordinary coin could reveal itself as a rare gem in the world of numismatics. If you've found one of these extraordinary nickels, you might just have a piece of history worth a small fortune. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more incredible stories of rare coins that could change your life. Happy hunting! Number 5. Picture this. You're sorting through a handful of loose change when a simple 5-cent coin catches your eye. At first glance, it seems ordinary, just another Jefferson nickel. But what if I told you that one unassuming coin from 1990 could be worth thousands of dollars? Today, we're uncovering the secrets behind the ultra-rare and most valuable 1990p Monticello Jefferson Nickel. The 1990p Jefferson Nickel was minted in Philadelphia, and you can spot the P mint mark on the reverse, just to the right of Monticello. Although millions of these coins were struck, only a select few hold significant value, and it's not just luck that determines which ones are worth big money, it's all in the details. First, let's take a look at the unique characteristics that make this nickel so intriguing. The 1990p nickel is known for its potential mint errors and high-grade condition possibilities. Despite the high mintage, finding a flawless example is exceptionally rare. Why? Because most nickels from this era were produced quickly and often poorly, leading to weak strikes and imperfections. Collectors are particularly drawn to examples with strong, well-defined features. The most coveted of these nickels exhibit what's known as full steps on Monticello's staircase. To earn this designation, the coin must clearly show 5 or 6 uninterrupted steps, something that requires a sharp, clean strike. Given the tendency for weak strikes during the minting process in 1990, finding a full steps example is like finding a needle in a haystack. But full steps aren't the only feature that can skyrocket the coin's value. Some of the most fascinating and rare errors associated with the 1990p nickel include die cracks, planchet flaws, and even double strikes. Imagine discovering a coin where Jefferson's profile appears slightly doubled or where a crack runs through Monticello, a true conversation piece among collectors. One particularly rare variety that has caught the attention of numismatists is the off-center strike. In this error, the design is noticeably shifted from the center, leaving part of the coin's surface blank. An off-center 1990p nickel with clear details can be exceptionally valuable, especially if the date and mint mark are intact. Another error to watch out for is the die clash. This occurs when the dies strike each other without a coin in between, imprinting parts of one side's design onto the other. A 1990p nickel with ghostly outlines of Monticello on the obverse can be worth significantly more than face value. Now, let's not forget about coins in pristine, mint-state condition. Most nickels from circulation show wear and tear, but a well-preserved coin with a smooth, lustrous surface and minimal scratches can command impressive prices. Coins graded MS65 or higher, especially those with full steps and no visible errors, are the ultimate find for any serious collector. So, how can you spot one of these ultra-rare treasures? Start by examining your 1990p nickels under good lighting, using a magnifying glass to inspect the fine details. Focus on Monticello's steps, looking for sharpness and clarity. Check both sides for any signs of doubling, cracks, or unusual marks. If your coin passes these tests, it might be time to get it professionally graded. While it might seem like a daunting task to find a valuable 1990p Jefferson nickel, it's absolutely worth the effort. After all, the stories of collectors stumbling upon one of these rare gems in pocket change are not just myths. They're real, and they're thrilling. Now, the big question: just how valuable can one of these nickels be? Well, prepare to be amazed. Depending on the condition and unique features, a 1990p Monticello Jefferson nickel could fetch between $4,800 and $37,000 at auction. So, the next time you're sorting through your spare change, take a closer look at those Jefferson nickels. You might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more exciting coin discoveries. Until next time, happy hunting!